Hi, this reading is going to be about Jemma Mitchell, peeking into the mind of Jemma Mitchell. Jemma Mitchell allegedly killed. Jemma Mitchell was supposed to be a spiritual leader who tainted that role, overstepped her boundaries, her powers, her skills, and murdered a client slash friend, allegedly. So what did I get for Jemma? I got the Elementalist, which is the triumph of nature over civilization, natural disasters, and bountiful harvests. I'm not mistaken, I believe this is also someone who messes with the weather, or how some of us live by the moon, they live by the weather. So another meaning I just found of this is personal power, control of things beyond the ken of mortals. The suit of arcane mages, sages, and intellectuals also represents the triumph of magic, science, and reason over religion, mysticism, and superstition. So, these two stickers, I went to put them away, and these were sitting over there. This one first. Let blood dried and powdered. Gives the drinker immense strength for a short time. Mix 1 part powdered blood with 12 pots of brew base. I don't know, but maybe she bloodletted her. She allegedly dismembered her, dumped her body. I don't know if they ever found the skull. Essence of black crow. I'm going to get one of these for her. So, Lady of Lore. That makes sense. The Lady of Lore speaks of fulfillment. Ooh. The keyword is harvest. I just said something about harvest too. The triumph of nature over civilization, natural disasters, and bountiful harvests is this one. Keyword harvest. Okay. The Lady of Lore. The quote is, I bestow the gift of passion, my bounty flows unstintingly, renewing even as you give. Questions, general and attitude, what are your responsibilities in this matter? On what must you trust now? Work and creativity, which resources have you not used yet? Who is benefiting by receiving what you lack? Health and well-being, what brings relief in this extremity? Who is taking your goodwill without any return? Love and friendship, who is the one needing to give? Who wants to receive? Let me read quickly the story behind it. The lady, I am reading the wrong one. Sorry, wrong one. Lady of Lore. Spaciousness. Okay, let's start again. The Lady of Lore. Spaciousness. Keyword endings. Quote, I bestow the gift of conclusion. You can end things and make beginnings. That's that weather, messing with the weather. Also, I will link what I saw about it below. And it said in one situation, her tire went flat. The tow truck guy came. It was pouring rain out, but she had all 4 windows open because the body was in the car, allegedly. So, questions, general attitude. What is coming to an end? What new opportunities await you? Work and creativity. Where can you let things lie fallow? What potential lies in the seeds of what is passing away? Health and well being. What healing songs nourish and cleanse you? What do your dreams tell you? Love and friendship. Who stands beside you, unchanging and true? What roles are being played out here? The quick story. The Lady of Lore is the receiver of all who die and the queen of the ancestors. As the year closes in and the dark evenings descend, there is no growth, only decay, it seems, and yet something lives on. She sits next to a man who is dying with her guardian birds. She is the vigilant one who midwifes the dying and oversees endings with patient wisdom. Her birds know all the stories and songs while she remembers everything. She bestows spaciousness in times when everything feels full up or we are overburdened. The Kaliich, or grandmother, gathers all things together, reclaiming and transforming all who pass through the changes of old age and death. Her persistent prehistoric presence is in the traditions of many mountain ranges named after her. She is the longest lived, most enduring ancestor who has had many husbands and children, but who yet remains. So, the Lady of Lore. So, I think she took her. I mean, if we're going to speak about her as a human, being an elementalist, Five of Wands, competitive, um, warrior like stance. Oh, the other thing, what did I read about this? According to some interpreters, 5 is the number of marriage because it combines the masculine 3 with the feminine 2. 5 is often used to symbolize a human being fit into a 5-pointed star, 4 limbs and a head. In astrology, 5 corresponds to the planet Mercury. So that's what she misused the spiritual gifts. She abused her role as a spiritualist, and it took a dark turn. With the 4 limbs in the head, again, so I don't think they found Deborah's head. She's a warrior woman, her sword held aloft. This is not the sword of battle in the mundane world. It symbolizes the ability to cut away whatever is unnecessary, to separate the proverbial wheat from the chaff, to cut to the heart of the matter. For the female traveler, she represents the ego, the central complex in the field of consciousness. Ung's definition is most useful here. Anyone who has any ego consciousness at all takes it for granted that he knows himself. But the ego knows only its own contents, not the unconscious and its contents. Our warrior woman, with the aid of her sword, has differentiated her ego from the various complexes of the personal unconscious, the persona, the shadow, and the animus. She truly knows who she is. Let's see, what else? The Five of Wands presents several pieces of wisdom to the traveler. Hunt actively for possibilities of growth, but don't forget to protect yourself. Use elements of your contra-gender function to cut to the heart. And for the female traveler to tone down the all too masculine aspects of the animus. If one takes the risk of growth, failure is possible, but it is also possible to survive disasters, salamander-like, and to reap benefits from the experience. So let's look at some tarot cards for her. I think I need one more oracle card. Ooh, and I got one left. The umbrella. The umbrella: protection, a force field, supervision, surveillance, governance, elitism. So again, abusing. She was supposed to be helping and healing this woman, but she abused that power. Her governance turned dark. Okay, let me get some tarot cards. Jemma Mitchell, please. Let me look at this first. The Crow. How canny are you? How inventive can you be when faced with unseemingly insurmountable challenge? The Crow urges you to think outside the box, to examine what tools and skills you have at your disposal, and to apply them in perhaps unconventional ways to achieve your goals. Oh, if that's not spot on. The Crow teaches you about change. Change is not to be feared, it is part of the natural course of things. The death or end of one thing signifies the birth or beginning of another. Crows teach you about cycles too. They are carrion birds, and they help you to remember that even in death, there is something that feeds life. Death is not loss, it is transformation. The Crow is also a psychopomp, thus prompting you to think about your connections to the other world. Is your perception of death healthy, or is it problematic? As a psychopomp, the Crow accompanies spirits through what many of us see as a difficult journey or change. You are having trouble handling some sort of change in your life, call on the Crow to be your companion through it. The Crow, like the raven, is often portrayed as a trickster figure in Native American mythology. The Crow reminds you to have fun while you're working to understand life and how you fit into the cosmos, which can too often be an overly serious enterprise. Are you denying yourself the opportunity to play? Exactly. She shouldn't have took on the burden of her mother's house, and she just could have possibly lived, but she got pompous and greedy, and I think she went to the shadow side of herself. Um, the words associated: death, prophecy, change, play, and innovation. Associated seasons, all seasons, elements associations, earth and air, and color associations, black and purple. Okay. Jemma Mitchell. What's going on up in that head? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Queen of Swords. Ooh, and she's got that umbrella. Transformation, death, change. My Queen of Swords is a death card to me, sometimes a murderer. Ooh. Okay. Queen of Swords. So she's strategic. She's a thinker. She's had lots of losses. She has had lots of battles. She's overcome some things. The Ace of Wands. This is that ego that they were talking about. She's a thinker. She can come up with new ideas, new opportunities. The Seven of Cups. She might be a drinker. Something could have happened during childhood. Something traumatic. I mean, more traumatic than most of us. Seven of Cups. She is a little bit. She could be delusional, an overthinker, analysis paralysis, confused. Yeah, something could have happened in summer to her. Jemma Mitchell, Queen of Pentacles. Something regarding her mom not protecting her. I don't know where that's coming from. Or whoever the mother figure in her life is. two queens, sincere friend, and the Empress, again, the mother. So I would say mother issues are going on here. She's got pretty much, she's got a lot of women. A friend. A mother. Let's see. Let's clarify. What about the Queen of Swords? Anger. What about the Ace of Wands? What about the Ace of Wands? The Page, oh, okay. The Page of Pentacles. I don't want to say learning bad lessons, but things you have learned, you're now using them in a dark way. But also, so this is the Thief card. So she wasn't able to steal Deborah's money. Deborah was supposed to loan her money, and she told her that she wasn't going to be able to help. And supposedly Jemma got mad. Seven of Cups. What about the Seven of Cups for Jemma Mitchell? Four of Pentacle, greed, apathy, desire for stability, disillusion, thinking you can go take somebody's money. She wanted a $200,000 loan. What about the Queen of Pentacles? What is this talking about? I got two. Eight of Wands and the Empress again. Something about mother. Maybe she... Oh, okay. Oh, okay. All right, let me get one on this Empress before I say anything. What about the Empress slash mother? What card do I want to use for that? Let's see. What about the Empress slash mother? This one. Two of Wands. Domination. All right, let me get cards for these up here, and then I'll say what I am seeing. What about the Elementalist? Jenna, as a person, being the Five of Wands. Arrival, challenges, obstacles. This is all sport to her. What about that? What else do we need to know about Jemma Mitchell? McCaw, think laterally to solve a problem. That was not what I was trying to go for, but okay. So she thinks that she was trying to think outside the box. Let me get one for these. What about these two? The moon. Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, God. Okay. What about the Lady of Lore? Jemma Mitchell, what about the Lady of Lore? Justice. Neutrality, but she wasn't being neutral. Weighing. Magic. What about the umbrella? So the Lady of War was spaciousness? Yes. Two twos accordingly. Three. Two threes, three threes, three threes. Unity. Okay. And let me get one from for the umbrella, and then umbrella. What about this for Gemma Mitchell? Forgiveness. I acknowledge that harboring resentment blocks the flow of love. Um, for some reason, I'm getting. All right. Yeah. I don't know if this was like her mom's idea, if her mom helped, if her mom covered, if her mom planted this in her head, if her mom, or because of her mom and maybe her mother issues, maybe she was more of a friend with her mom versus mother daughter. Um, there's a lot of mother reference here. I've got the moon. I've got this protection, the umbrella's protection, governance. I've got this Two of Wands, an alliance on top of the Empress. I've got the Queen of Pentacles, a wife with the Empress, and the Eight of Wands. I mean, this looks like how it played out. She had anger, going to somebody's house, trying to steal their money, wasn't probably able to get in, forced her way in. Uh, Disillusion. This is my Jodi Arias card. Got greedy. And then got home. This feels like and then got home. Um, let's see. Let me give me one to close out Gemma Mitchell. Forgiveness, holding on to negative energy will strengthen karmic cycles. That's what, yeah, that's what her and her mother have, a karmic tie that is unhealthy. It's a trauma bond. But I mean, obviously she gets it from her mother. Um, this is kind of what living with somebody and being too close this is what can happen. So, holding on to that negative energy will strengthen karmic cycles, and forgiveness can break that pattern. The most important person you must learn to forgive is always yourself. Blaming yourself for failures blocks the natural flow of blaming yourself for failures blocks the natural flow of love, which will attract all good things into your life. Can I have one to close out Gemma Mitchell, please? Where am I going? What we should all look out for when getting advice from somebody else who's not all there in the head. Children, it came in reverse, but this is because of her childhood. All of this happened. Not to say she's not responsible as an adult, but a lot of this was embedded into her in her childhood. The child card symbolizes children or youth. When this card is drawn, there will be a need to focus on any children or youth in your care. There will be a need to provide guidance to these children or youth. I think there was a lot of toxicity, a lot of neglect, a lot of a lack of communication. I mean, maybe the mother had her own stuff going on, but I feel like a lot of this is because of her childhood. All right, thank you.